Hello and welcome to Bob Talk on Bob's Radio. My name is Rio Raymond, and it's always I wouldn't say pleasure. Pleasure is like an understatement to even talk to about Bangalore with someone who comes from a time that defined Bangalore. I will just say it's an absolute pleasure just to sit next to you, Vachan Chinappa. Thank you so much for coming by.
Glad to be here. It took a while though.
It did a couple of months.
Yeah.
Almost a year maybe, but
true.
finally it happened.
Yes.
You know, Vachan, there's so much that honestly, I've not been for a gig of yours till date. Okay, that's a bad thing to start off with, but I've heard, but I've heard that Vachan Chinappa, and of course I've like spoken to a lot of people about Vachan Chinappa only by listening to his music and not going to a gig, right? So before we start, there's one thing a lot of people ask me to ask you is, what is your genre of music?
I mean, the genre I like is rock music. So most of my music, whatever I play, has a rock influence to it. So I pick music, even it's house or techno or drum and bass or funk, whatever. It's like it has to have some kind of a rawness of rock music in it. So I pick whatever music I feel is has that rock energy in it.
For people who are watching and not from Bangalore and wondering, wait, where is this discussion heading? I'll just give you a little brief about Vachan as well. So Vachan is an old-time Bangalorean first. I don't want to make him sound old, but OG Bangalorean.
I'm old. I'm 51 years old, so it's fine. I can.
Second thing is, he's a DJ, but before being a DJ, he was also part of a band and still is part of a band.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, and for a lot of people who are into fitness today, our man's been in the fitness scene for the longest time. So that's what we're going to be talking about, and also how Bangalore's nightlife has been and stuff. 51 years, Vachan. You mentioned that's how I got to know you're 51.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I knew you were one of the senior names and faces in the city. But when you talk about nightlife, everything dates back to the time when you guys started the whole scene in Bangalore.
That's
One
true.
could say Ivan, and then there's you as well.
Yes.
When you started off that time, what was the music you were playing? Because I know there was no laptops. You were just spinning vinyls.
Yeah.
Vinyl, sorry.
Okay.
And
That's
we say vinyl, my friend from another band will come to reference.
Yeah, vinyl, yeah.
So back in the day when you started off, what was the music you started with, and to transition from a band to being a DJ?
Yeah, so to go back, I started getting into music in Mysore, which is in the early, say, 92, 93. So I started singing with this band. And music was my thing. Like either I would be a cricketer or it was going to be
Classic
music.
Karnataka boy of the 90s.
Yeah, Mysore boy, Mysore Huduga. So was being part of the band was like the biggest thing. And like for us, again, nothing, only books you read, Rockstar Life, and like there's still denims, torn denims, Saturday denims and black shirts, and thing was there even back in the 90s. And I started singing with this band. And the scene of music scene was over there back then was so tough because the payment, like for a whole band, they would give about 3,000 rupees.
Oh.
So we had to split between that, and like, you know, it was tough life. And we tried to like make do with it for a bit, and then eventually like it was not working out for any one of us. So suddenly one day the band is like, okay, we're done. I'm like, what? Now what? Like, music is my life, right? Like, what am I going to do? So I started playing music in a small bar called Royal Legacy in Mysore. And for some reason they had a mixer, like one old Ahuja mixer, and like, you know, and cassettes, and they had one CD player. So I started DJing because like I wanted to keep practice of my singing, and I like to sing along. That is how I got into a band. I sing along with tapes, and then I got an audition with the band, and they said, yeah, okay, you're the one. So I wanted to be part of music, like somehow, you know, continue the practice, sing along with the tapes, and I didn't care. Like DJing was so new. I thought I'll just play tapes and whatever music I like in a pub, I'll sing along with it so that I don't lose my practice.
Music abilities.
Yeah, the vocal practice and whatever. Like that was my whole idea. Then Mysore was like my whole life is Mysore. Like all my friends, my best mates, the best times I had is there. And then like, but at one point suddenly it got saturated for me. And one day I just picked my like bag, and I can't even imagine now like how I did it. I just took a bag and like I came to Bangalore, and there was a pub called Waves. I started DJing over there. And I didn't know anybody in Bangalore at all.
When you were saying you were DJing back in the day at Waves,
Yeah.
what was the equipment? I'm very curious to know about this. You said cassettes and CDs is what you
Yeah,
used.
same thing. Even like back in the, this is like say 96, 97. So CD machines were just coming out. The Denon CD machine
Right.
was just coming in. So, but we had only cassettes and CDs. Like it was like a pub. It's not like a DJing DJ.
Right.
So I just came to Bangalore and like I didn't know anybody. I had to stay in the pub. After everyone's gone, I would sleep on the couch over there and then wake up, freshen up. I stayed in the pub with the cleaner boys and stuff. Like I didn't care. It didn't make a like I didn't feel like oh shit, I'm struggling or I'm like being part of this journey of music, right? Like I wanted to be in it. So I did like, and everyone was like it's like hard work. Oh, how can you like you have a good thing going on in my so why? But I wanted my music to go to another level.
Right.
And Bangalore, I used to come to Bangalore from Mysore and I used to see Ivan play.
Ah.
And I was like, one day I want to do this. And I want to play only on vinyl. And Ivan used to play only on vinyl those days at the club. So I said like, let me move to Bangalore. And I had no plan as such, like just with the flow. Like I came here. I started playing at Waves. About a year later, the Waves was not paying me well on time. So like literally like curd rice in the morning and like and whatever star food eating that, and they were not paying me on time or
Food as well was an issue.
Yeah, everything was an issue. But I wanted to go through that journey of like struggle, and that's what drives you more. And one day I called my mom like this is what I want to do in my life, and it's not seem like I was crying on the phone on the booth. I went and called her like, hey, you know who you are, what's your name? Your name is Vachan Chinappa. Who? You're my son. You can do anything you want. And like that fun pep talk she gave me, that was the end of that. Like, and I was like, okay, let's do this. And then I got a place at this DJ Anup was playing at this place called Time and Again. He said like for New Year's Eve, you cover up for me because I'm going to Hyderabad to play. I said, yeah, sure. You know how to use CD machine? I had no clue.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Of course I know how to use it. You know how to use turntables? Yeah, of course, man. I just like winged it. I went and played. And because of my music background, as in like, I knew the arrangement of music, which is the key of mixing is not the key in DJing.
It's more of the programming?
Arrangement of music, what comes after what. The mood and the flow of things, mixing is like, mixing is the main thing.
Right.
It's how you play every song of what song comes after what.
The next, yeah.
That is the key and I had that in me, like, okay, this song will go well with this song. And I didn't know how to mix and everything. I just put the CD in and like I knew this song will go with this song and this song will go with this song. I just played. And the manager, the director, those days at Time and Again was Calvin, one guy called Calvin. Listen, now would you like to continue over here? Like, and poor Anup got thrown out of the job.
Shit.
And he's still pissed off with me for that. And then I started DJing, and he taught me like, okay, queuing, how to cue the turntables and how to like, setting the pitch and speed. I understood like this is how you increase the speed.
You were self-taught. There was no school of sorts back in the day, right? Like everything was self-taught.
Yeah. And I put my time in there. Like, so and those days, Time and Again, the afternoon discos are huge.
Okay.
It starts at 12 till 4 in the evening, 5 in the evening. And so all the college kids bunk classes and come party and like, they don't have to stay out late and like, there will be a problem at home. And so afternoon disco is huge those days. So I used to go at 10 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock is the gig. And I'd go and practice on the turntables, and just 2 records I'd play in different pitches and see how I can like, get it right. And just like, it just happened. I mean, because of the musicality, I knew what song to play and like, setting the pitch and knowing what the count is, like, 1 is an important count in DJing, like, when is the 1 of the song. That's when you have to start mixing. So that's like really huge. Like most people can't get that where that 1 is.
Right.
So that was in me. So like easy for me to like let it go at the right time but I practiced a lot every day for a year or thing. I'd just go earlier in the morning.
There's a reason why they call people like you pioneers, like it's like one, you're self-taught. There was nothing like a school or an academy where you could learn.
Yeah.
And then you are an autodidact of yourself. And then now you're just helping kids today who want to get into DJing.
Yeah.
Which is like a huge story in itself, like on how inspiring it is. And it's not like Vachan Chinappa is a DJ from 96, but from 96 to now, the journey is what has made Vachan Chinappa who he is today.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to talk about. And also in terms of... you might say you might come from Mysore, but I'm guessing you're still as much as a Bangalorean like any one of us.
Yeah, I'm Bangalorean now. I've been here for like 27 years
That's
now.
some people's lifetime. So you're a
Yeah,
Bangalorean.
yeah, true. Yeah.
Well, now we'll talk about 96 is when you came. You said pubs like Waves and you mentioned time and again. I've heard of these names, but
Yeah.
where were these places located?
Waves was in like, it was a really small bar. Like it was just my entry to Bangalore. I didn't care. It could have been any bar. It didn't matter. But it was like one small pub, but like it was a new bar. It was in St. Mark's next to Richie's ice cream parlor.
Right.
It was right there behind,
Okay. That complex that is there.
Yes. So
and what was the music you played? Keeping in mind the crowd that time and the timelines we're talking about, like 96 and
yeah.
stuff.
So Bangalore's still a huge rock music place, and this was a pub. It was not like a
Club of sorts,
more of pop and rock music, and that it was pub music, not dance music. Here and there, I'd push in one two songs to like just change the mood or something, but basically rock music. But when I went to Time and Again, those days in clubs, mostly though, like at the club Time and Again, they would buy the pub would buy the bar would buy the records.
Okay.
There used to be a whole stack of records of the bar.
So that means they had the equipment, everything set, so the DJ just comes in place.
Yeah. So records also, like, and vinyl, I was like fully kicked with play. And also like since childhood, like I've been playing records, my dad's records, and like I know how to handle a record, like put the needle. I know how delicate it is, and I know the whole structure of it. So playing on vinyl is like a big thing, and I really wanted to like get really perfect with that. And when I moved to Time and Again, there was a lot of house music was big those days. Nice house music, and I used to play the best of it. And we would like hear and play, and what is the song, and like you can't. There's no Shazam also those days, and you can't ask the DJ also like.
Oh.
They will say, I can't tell you what the name is, and they, like on the records.
Wait, have you asked Ivan and he said this to you?
No, actually, I haven't asked. Somehow, I don't know, like those days, somebody would figure out. Also, Ivan used to announce that this is the name of the song, and like, so this is the mix of the song, and so we would like either ask the bar to get the record, or my cousin used to live in Ibiza those days, Barcelona, Ibiza. So she used to get me records, and I used to tell her these records I want, and slowly the record collection started building. And plus with the record collection of the bar itself, I had enough like for a 2-hour set. I started collecting music.
Well, when you mention about, like a lot of people, when they talk about records and collection, it always goes back to having some cousin or a friend who's in the US or somewhere in the West, and they would bring
those days.
But when you played in the record player back in the day, today it's of course like a niche, and it's a different sort of a market. The transition from the record player to the CDs also happened. You also saw the transition of musical genres happen. You also saw a transition of party crowd through the ages as well. And the timelines of partying nightlife as well. So let's start with the nightlife part of it first. Now, when you guys were playing in the 90s, I'm sure Bangalore had the best nightlife in the country till about 4 a.m. And I've only heard stories, and I've been pretty
6 a.m. not
6
4.
a.m.
So when
makes it worse for me now.
Yeah, it's true. And like when you get out in the night, we would like, have you taken your glasses? Sunglasses. Because you come out in the morning like smashed, and that morning sun like, it used to be like that those days, Bangalore. Like we had the energy. We were kids also, like we had the energy to like go on and on 6 in the morning, and then again next day in the morning I had to play a Time and Again, so continue the whole thing. And those days there was no like weekend partying and all this. Every like Wednesday to Sunday there was the club was on.
Just to add to that particular thought, there was no Bollywood music back then, was
No. And we were like very proud musical people, Bangaloreans. Like we used to like we wouldn't listen to Even if the song is like the Barbie girl on when it came, we were like, this song. And like in pubs they used to play it, but like in a nightclub, no way. Like I would, no chance. I was like, it's like beneath me to play all this music, and we were like really proud. We had a good understanding and taste of music. Not only the DJs, like the crowd itself.
The crowd as well.
They knew what was going on. They like they had they would like really encourage you to like play good music,
And when you talk about these places till 6 a.m., I'm still bummed I wasn't part of that era.
Yeah.
But what are these places? If you could give us mentions of names.
So the club, which is
that is Mysore Road.
Mysore Road,
It doesn't exist anymore,
no,
does it?
demolished recently. That is so. What would happen those days was like Bangaloreans step out at 7:30. It's like a Bangalore thing. When you go to Bombay, I'm like, let's go for a drink. Oh yeah, man, I'll meet you at 11 o'clock. Huh? 11 o'clock? I'll be asleep. 7:30 is like, when Bangalore starts, drinking and stuff. So we would go to some Black Cadillac. There's so many bars like that which is pre-gaming. And around 12:30, 1 o'clock, 12:30ish, we head to the club.
Wait.
Yeah.
You sure this is Bangalore? 12:31.
Yeah, we used to head to the club, and the sets would start 12 to 1 to 2, 1 to 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and the last set will be like whatever.
Man,
yeah.
I feel so bummed I wasn't part of this. Like when I used to go host events and go past like the club towards Mysore Road side, people have said this used to be the hub for Bangalore back. It was the
hub of India actually.
India,
because, like people would love to come and play, and the sound system, like obviously now if you listen to it, like this is really bad, but those days that was the best, and they had all the the turntables, they had CD machines and everything, the works, whatever was required was there.
Was it Ahuja as well?
No. They it was like a homemade. Somebody had made it thing, but it was good. The
like
amps
completely assembled here.
Wow. and it was not like a JBL or anything. It was like a horn-loaded, old school, big, huge boxes.
So you're saying the club was the only place that ran till 6?
And then there was the club held its fort for a long time, and then there's a place called UFO, which is on Hosur Road.
Okay.
UFO. And there was another bar called Dome 2000, which was like around 2000 they opened it. It was like it didn't last too long, but the club was like mainstay, and people from all over the country would like, please get me a chance to play over here.
Okay.
And we were the in-house DJs, like we were so proud, like, and the owner also, Nasir Bhai, was like amazing. He would like really look after us, make us like feel important, and like and nobody could fuck with us and all. Like if I just tell him like, Nasir Bhai, this guy is like bothering me, 2-3 bouncers will come and like take him out. Yeah. So like he was like we felt protected and like and good backing. So we used to really enjoy being part of the whole scene.
And now your music, Vachan, so you said you used to play rock in waves, then you went about with dance music at time and again. Now over the time there have been different clubs that have come and gone, and music also has changed. So what has Vachan taken into now?
Yeah,
like
so
your journey as a DJ playing music.
So the thing is like I get bored with things, like really quickly. So when I used to play house music also, I had my own style of house music. As I said, I had to have some kind of rock, heavy bass line in it, a lot of funk in it. I used to pick music like that. So even my house music was really different from the other DJs who were playing house music. So then those days the clubbing was you play house music for some time, then you drop it down to hip hop, then you go on to progressive house music and you pick it up again. So like I used to play this bar called Urban Edge. And then like, why half an hour, 1 hour of hip hop? Let's do a whole night of hip hop. So I used to play hip hop the whole night. That was the first time I ever done, like like the whole night of.
And this is also a time when the bar got the music.
No. This is like bar, like that was the club in Time and Again was the last.
Okay.
Then after that, by then you started slowly collecting music
and vinyls that time.
Vinyls, lot of vinyls, and all my house music even now is all on vinyls. Even my techno is all on vinyl. Hip hop, it doesn't make sense because like it's only one song and you buy a record for one thing.
Yeah.
it got too expensive. So we used to play hip hop on CDs.
Okay.
And yeah, a whole night of hip hop. So that became a huge thing. So Thursday became all over Bangalore hip hop night because of everywhere. Yeah, because of it did so well when we started it.
And this was you're talking about 2000s, right?
2000, yeah.
So there was also
2002, 3.
That time also there was one club which was the talk of the town, but also didn't have a long stay because of certain issues that happened at Brigade Towers.
Sparks and Urban Edge were right next to each other.
So do you have any memories of Sparks in terms of, like, a lot of people resonate with Sparks and Urban Edge?
Yeah, I used to play there. First I played at Sparks, and then I got poached to Urban Edge. Yeah.
What is the reason that Sparks actually shut, Vachan? If you could tell, because it was a name that had everyone.
I think it was mismanagement of money, because they have like a whole lot of things going there, the restaurants going, and so the money was like mismanaged, I think, and it didn't all good. Yeah.
Now we've spoken about timelines of equipment. We've spoken about the nightlife. Now comes the crowd, because the crowd is your biggest factor at any game, right? Like, as a Bangalorean, anyone be proud of anyone who's from this particular city, like who's at the console and playing and stuff.
Yeah.
In fact, when we hear Vachan Chinappa is not just a DJ who's known in Bangalore, but a very well-renowned name across the country, it makes us swell with pride. But the crowd changes over time.
Yeah.
If you could define, like, say, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, and now, how has the crowd been?
No, as I said, like those days when I first started playing and everything, the crowd was really musical, and they knew what's what and everything. And I've seen, because I've been in the scene for like over 27 years, so I've seen a whole sect of people who are partying, who have kids now, and and there's a cycle of crowd which comes, a new set of people come, and then again you re-educate the crowd, and that transition is happening. Like the guys would come to your party all the time would like fatigue. Okay, I'm done. Like I'm married now. Like, or whatever. Like, work and thing. A new lot of people would come, and then you have to kind of re-educate them. Like, what do you play for them? How do you make them understand what has been going on? Play the classics, play the new stuff, and I, as a DJ, it's up to you. Like, you can't say like they don't understand. You have to make them understand. That is your job. It's like I'm the music teacher for you. Like I teach you what's what, and
right.
And depending how I play it, you can play a same song like in two different ways, and like it might not make that impact. But
right.
How do you make the impact? How do you make them like the song, and how do you arrange it is very important. So the whole process of like re-educating the crowd, and like and they go. I've seen 2 batches of them going in and out, like So now is a new lot who have like. Now the scene is like, because there's so much music out there, like and like it's on
everything is accessible.
Yeah, everything is accessible. So people, like even DJs, I feel like whatever's there on the charts they'll play, and like and there's no method of playing. Very few DJs who have the understanding like how to play it. Like it's not about mixing, it's about arrangement. And I keep telling all these DJs, not mixing is just about 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Nobody cares. Even if you make a mistake, if the next song is good, it's forgotten. Like you're mixing, nobody cares about that. How you play songs, how you arrange, you have to put a lot of thought into it. So the new crowd is again re-educating them, and like and very like a few of them like have the patience and the ear to like, okay, let me listen to this. But you have to do your job. You have to like make them, and like whatever music you play. Like so, over the years I've from house, hip hop. Then I started doing a night in Taika on Monday. On Mondays, I used to play, like I'd collected a lot of techno. Nobody had heard that sound. Nobody had like, what is this sound? Like, everyone's used to house music. So slowly educated them what is like, played. And it used to be packed. People from Chennai would drive down on a Sunday to come on a Monday night and go back.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this is in the 2000s you're talking about?
Yeah, 2005, 2006, like that. People had never heard it. So it's up to you, like, and because I feel it's my city. If I go out, I should have different kinds of music going on. I can't go to everyone. Everybody's playing the same music, and so as a city, I took in like I if somebody comes from outside, they should say, hey, there's some different scenes happening. So I always felt that I should do something different for the city and for myself also. I don't want to get bored because music is my life. If I start getting bored of it, then I'm like, now what?
When you said that you want people to take back Bangalore with them, is what you actually
Yeah.
meant. And that's what every one of us here tries to do when someone from the outside comes. Give them an experience that they will never forget in the
Yeah.
most positive
Yeah.
sense. And it's so good to hear that this has been going on for the last couple of decades as well.
Yeah.
And then I hope like the generations ahead as well follow the same.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes down to the kind of timelines that you had, right? There are also different clubs that have come and gone, different sort of environments and timelines that have gone, right? When you talk about the best club that you ever played at in Bangalore, I'm not going to ask you in the country because I know your heart is always
Yeah.
going to be and say Bangalore.
Yeah.
But in Bangalore, which was your most memorable club playing and which time was this?
No doubt, the club.
The club?
It was like insane. The crowd, the whole like family. It was the family and like the equipment, the sound. For those days, that sound was like huge, and the dance floor and the lights, and it was just like the best feeling. And everybody knew everybody. Like the whole say like 500 people there. I knew everybody. Everybody knew everybody, and it was like a big family, and we would see each other every day. And
This is what I was talking to Martin as well about this, and then I started seeing the comment section of those videos. It was filled with people who used to go for parties back in the day.
Yeah.
And I was having a conversation with another person as well, and they said that Bangalore is the only place, it's not a 6-degree separation, but it's a 1-degree separation. And if you're from the old school Bangalore era, you will know people. If you know one person, you know at least 10 more.
yeah, and it's mostly all the like-minded people, right? Go to one place, and this club was like the music we used to play is really like top notch, and no riff-raff, no like Barbie girl bullshit, like that we would really like be proud of what we're playing and what we're going to introduce to the crowd. And we had that one feather up hat, like this
Do
is what
do you have a track on your mind like this is my favorite track for all time? Like I don't know if this is Barker's favorite track, but every time I hear Barker play, there's that Paravos he keeps playing. But if you were to say this is my favorite track, I know it's difficult, but from the times gone by.
Till now, no. I mean, I can't because there's so many amazing tracks, man. I mean, one thing, Professional Widow, Tori Amos, the mix. And then I've played all genres. Like there's drum and bass. I play a lot of drum and bass. I play funk, which is like 70s funk, and the new funk, not funk house or anything. It's like funk groove saxophone funk. So there's a lot of good music out
Okay,
there.
I think I've come for your gig, Vachan.
You have, no?
I think I have.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, maybe at nowhere.
I think
Or-
Watson's.
yeah.
I think
Maybe
Watson's.
Yeah.
I think it was one of the times we were playing funk, and I was like, "Wow,
yeah.
that is a time machine in itself."
Yeah, and like so again, like you introduce new music, like don't get stuck into one thing and like, oh, this is my thing, and you have to like expose as much music as possible to your audience, and then make them understand, make them at least they heard it once. Oh, I've heard it once, and when they listen to it again, this is what he would
Right.
play, and the recall factor of that.
Fuck, lovely. Because not many DJs have this idea of experimenting or diversifying.
Yeah.
But here you are educating and of course bringing and in educating yourself in the same time. Choice also changes over time. But also something that's changed over time is people's attention span. And today, even when we listen to music, it's like, I listen to this one song and I get bored of it like quick. I'm not talking about myself, but I'm talking in terms of how people are listening to music today.
Yeah, I get it,
And
yeah.
you quickly have to change that to the next one. And I'm guessing that's also the case with how some DJs today also are playing, because
The
it's a
TikTok
quick
music.
shift and mix to another one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How do you manage this?
I do not want to do that. I mean, I would never switch songs. And first of all, I don't play popular music. I don't play commercial music. So all the songs are like a full length 5-minute, 6-minute songs, and I try to build a soundscape, of sounds, and I don't cater to the commercial lot,
Right.
the TikTok music lot. I don't do that. So I keep myself away from it. So I never encountered that. And whoever comes to my gig, they know who I am. They've done some kind of a study or heard of me, and they'll come with knowing that I'm going to be doing this.
And they also say you're not someone who, like, in a lot of cases, when there's somebody DJing, there's a lot to be spoken in terms of the commercials that come in. Like, I'm talking about the numbers, like, like money wise, right? But every time I ask someone something about you, there's always been one thing said: he's not a guy for the money, he's a guy for the craft that he does.
Yeah.
And that is also showing in terms of how you spoke of music and diversification as well.
Yeah.
And even the places that you play, in fact, you don't take up weddings, is what you just said.
No, I don't do corporate or weddings and private things unless a good friend of mine is like, I like what you play, so I want you to play that particular kind of music, and only then I take up that gig. Otherwise, like I don't do, and I like a small audience. I like to play for 150 people than play for 1,000 people. You know, it's more intimate, and I like doing that kind of a small.
Was it also the same back in the day for you? Is this how you played, or was it larger than what it is now for you?
The club was large. It would fit about 500-600 people, but post that Bangalore has changed, and actually most all over the world, like except for the party centrals like Ibiza and like Miami, and they are big clubs, but mostly everything is like a small bar experience, you know.
Yeah.
The sound is much warmer, like it's just
reverberating within.
And I've played in bars, like there's a bar called Bacchus where we started drum and bass music, which is on St. Mark's Road. In India, I'd never heard drum and bass, and I like one day got bored of what I'm doing. That Monday night techno. After a while, I was like, okay, I'm done.
When was this you're talking about?
2008-9.
This time people didn't even know who medieval pundits or even nuclear back in the day.
Yeah. This was before that. You know, I brought in drum and bass, and like we used to do a Wednesday night over there. It was insane. Like about 150 people just going bonkers. And also like, again, like bringing new music. How do you bring in new styles of music, and how do you make them understand? So what I planned for the first drum and bass night was, and drum and bass is like the music was like it's about 175 BPM, but you don't dance to like that BPM.
You dance to a rhythm.
You do half of it. You know, like that you dance to that beat. So people at the beginning don't know how to dance. Like this is too much going on. How do I? So I decided, okay, I'll get one Kathakali dancer, fully made up Kathakali, like Kathakali, and then I got a Odissi dancer, fully decked them up, and I was playing, and there was a crowd, and like, you know, we had invited a lot of people, and then at one point I was playing one song, and it was all on cue. These people walked in full with the
decked up costumes,
and they came, like they moved, and then moved the whole crowd and made a circle around them. They started dancing to drum and bass music. So to make people understand, even the classical dancers can dance to this. Like you see how they're dancing to it, and people and I understood what groove to catch on to.
Do you have any videos or footage of this?
No, there's one photograph of it, but I lost all my pictures. My Facebook got hacked, and I lost all of it, all the pictures.
And you did this in 2008.
Yeah, 2008.
People have been doing this post 2010s in music videos and whatnot. Man, you're definitely far ahead of the curve. Or were and still are, I'm guessing. And there's also something that happens when you change music styles, is you get judged by people as well. Like, you know, but then that's again, people who know you will know you for who you are. But as a person who's coming to visit a gig of yours or something, their perception itself is different. Yeah. Has anyone like said, you're not doing the old time things again?
That I get it all the time, you know, especially that Monday nights, the techno was like, and then when I started hearing other people start playing techno, I'm like, okay, I'm done. My job is done over here. Next, I'm going to move on to the next one. Everyone like, what? Don't, please don't. But they understood, like, you know, it is the craft. I'm like, you know, whatever music I play it from my heart, and I'll make you understand it. You have to just give it that listen. Yeah. You give it a listen. I'll make sure that you'll like it, and I have that confidence in me that like I have the skills to like make them understand. And over a period of time, okay, this guy has changed now. Okay, now this guy has gone to another music genre now, like. But they'll understand. People who know me, and also DJs also like more than anything, like more than the crowd, DJs also like appreciate what I do. And
Is there a genre Vachan will never touch?
Bollywood?
I just saw that coming from a
Yeah.
mile away.
Yeah.
What
Never.
is it about Bollywood that is, I wouldn't say detested by people in Bangalore, but somewhere over time it's become like an overkill of sorts?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this? Like, why do people in Bangalore, we don't hate Bollywood,
Yeah.
but when it's played in a club, most of us always, even I do this as well,
Yeah.
like, man, Bollywood.
So the thing is, like, see, I don't mind if there's a bar and they only play Bollywood. You go, and okay, it's Bollywood music, and you don't switch between like, and
Genre.
also Bollywood music, it's not club music. It's like some movie song or something remixed and something, and it's too filmy for me. I mean, yeah, it's boring for me.
Very honest, Vachan Chinappa. Now, you also said something, but I'm going to come back to that whole musicality of it, because you're doing a comeback of sorts in some sense,
Yeah.
which we will talk about. Now, let me ask you, Vachan, man, this I really want to know, because I know I saw a video of yours with Iggy,
Mm-hmm.
the Vinyl Ambulance,
Yeah.
right? Now, what he's doing and what you also do are somewhat similar but yet different.
Yeah.
Right, he's got this truck that goes around traveling across the country,
Yeah.
playing vinyls. And what music does he play? And does he
We
also?
both are really good friends, and we communicate with each other, and me and him actually have the similar kind of taste, and we don't stick to one genre. We play whatever music, the best of the ability to like present that music in the right sense, whatever music it may be. It can be anything, and so we communicate, and like we love playing on vinyls. We collect records, and so we are very similar. When I go to Goa, I always go and jam with him. When he comes here, he comes and stays in my place. We are really good friends. And yeah, like what he's doing is amazing.
Has Vachan ever thought of traveling around like that? I'm asking this because you're more like a seeker in terms of music, is what I
Yeah,
feel from
yeah.
whatever we've spoken.
Yeah. No. I like to. I don't like. I like a resident job. I don't like playing.
Traveling.
Yeah, like I like it, but mostly I like to have a in-house job. Like every Wednesday I play, so I really drill that into the people. Like every week after week, and what I'm doing, and just it's easier for me. If I'm playing one place this week and another place, and it's very difficult for me to educate people.
Right.
So if I have
It's a one-off then. It's not like
it's one-off.
regular.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'd like to stick to one place, and I want people to come there to listen, and so whoever comes, I can make them understand. Over, like also like gradually step it up a little bit, and make them understand where it's going.
Now, there's also one thing I would really very curious to know is you are a seasoned person in terms of playing on the vinyls. So you also been collecting vinyls.
Yeah.
I just want to know what's the count with you right now.
I think I have like about 2,000 now.
And if you could put a number and say this is how much it's worth, how much would it be?
Ooh, whoa, I don't know, man. It's a lot. Like most of it is classics, and you won't even like. So whenever I play, like people try to Shazam,
It doesn't come.
it doesn't come. Like some of the techno and all what I collected those days.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's pretty.
There's no number you can give us? Like what do you think could
No.
approximately?
No, I
Okay.
don't know. I don't
We
know
won't
how
get the IT people come to you.
No, I really don't know how much.
Fine, we won't let the IT guys come and check on this. But also, when you look at how we've, when you listen to the sound of the vinyls, and I believe that when you listen to cassettes, CDs, and vinyls, and you listen to digital production, there is something about vinyls is so pure. Do you also resonate with that?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, because it's analog, right? It's not digital. It's the sound is way warmer. It's more round than any other creation. And records, see, tapes were good, but tapes you can't use now. It'll be warped.
Yeah.
Records will never get spoiled unless like you scratch it. Otherwise, it'll never get spoiled. You can use it like 50 years from now, 100 years from now, it'll still play.
What is it about the records? I mean, I understand it's like, original sound, analog and everything. But now it's coming like a fad, like it's a niche, it's a very fashionable sort of thing to have, or a luxury sort of thing to have. Do you ever wish that the vinyls and the records come back to its prominence?
It's on its way back.
As a mainstay?
Yeah.
Okay, and
It is.
why would you say, how would you say that? Would you back
All
it
over
up
the
and
world,
say-
like you see the record sales are going up now. It's because people now, and it's just a feel of the record itself, like and the sound, as I said, like it's there. I mean, it's undeniable that it's something very different from the other sounds. So it's records are coming back, and DJs also, like it's playing on records is like it's a skill. It's not easy. You mess up, you like really lose focus for concentration for a second. It's gone. I mean, you can't. It's not revivable, and so playing also is like you're really putting your focus into it,
Your
and
mind
you really enjoy
stuck,
playing.
yeah.
It's like playing an instrument.
Now, the reason I asked you this is because we are an independent artist radio station. Now, we try to look at different things to try and see how artists can monetize or do certain kind of things. But when I was checking on the cost of getting a vinyl made, that's quite a bit. Like even to just get one made.
Yeah, one is expensive.
Yeah, but
10,000 is cheaper.
Yeah, but you make a larger number. But then one has to hit a certain number of audience to get to buying that sort of a price. Like getting a vinyl at that sort of a price. And there are also not that many record makers rather in the world. I think Sweden and US is
No, there are loads.
in India as well.
Not in India, but in Europe, like Germany and UK, lots. Records are on the way up.
Okay.
It's on the way up. Record sales are going up, and it's going to come back. Everything is one circle, man. It always comes back to the root.
I just wish for it to happen because
It will.
There was once I heard an old classic record player in my grandmom's house. I have not heard a sound more crystal clear than that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the record player is like the needle's gone a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll get that fixed.
Yeah.
And when we come back to in terms of Vachan saying, is there another genre I'm going to try next? What would it be?
I really want to do a set of Kut.
Oh,
Like a
but
work-
would it be like the Valaga thing?
Yeah, it is similar to Volaga, but it's like full on workout. But I want to have like some 5-6 actual Kut dancers, like proper guys, and like it's more of a. I want them to dance and show it to these guys, and and it's great fun. I love the moves and thing. And I always felt it's like a quirky thing I have. And one night I want to do a full like 2 hours of.
Just the tapangs.
Yeah, tapangs. Yeah, it'll be awesome.
And you also said that I mean,
no, I won't do it maybe, but it's just like one thing it comes to my head, like
the itch.
Yeah, it's like drum and bass music, but
more localized.
Yeah.
You also mentioned about how your crowd is very close right now in terms of the audience that you play for. Also because the choice you made that I'm going to play at so and so places as an in-house person.
Yeah.
Now, where are you playing right now? And
I do Sunday afternoons at Nowhere, which is in Banaswadi Road, Coxtown. And then I do a rock night. I want to bring back rock music, so I play a rock night because I want people to listen to the old stuff. It's amazing music. So I do a rock night at Dolphins. Then I do another night at this bar called Parka in Kamanalli.
Now, in this time and era of Bangalore, which is your favorite partying area in the city?
Dolphins.
It's still...
so everything in Bangalore, what's happened is it's become area centric.
Yeah.
So people from Koramangala won't come to another place, or people from here, we don't go there. It's just in our area, where's your neighborhood bar? We settle there.
I think it's more to do because of the traffic and
it's also neighborhood bars, because you know everybody.
Yeah.
And all familiar faces. So when you go to a bar, the whole. It's like a big family.
So hence you said Dolphins because it's your home, around Benson Town.
Yeah, and my friends own the bar, so
right.
It's great time over there.
One more I want to ask you is, you're a Chinappa. I don't know if you can see the question coming, but also are you related to Nikhil Chinappa?
Yeah. Nikhil is my mom's brother's son.
Oh, okay.
Mama's son.
So you're still
First cousin.
somewhat a Josephite in some sense, because I see you
Joseph-
hanging out with a lot of Josephites as well.
Yeah. No, I studied in Mysore. My whole.
No, I'm saying a
schooling.
sense of it, just like how you became a Bangalorean.
Yeah.
You hang out with a lot of them.
Yeah.
And like I said, you know one person, you know the entire city.
Yeah.
And I think that connection also comes in because a lot of the guys who studies in Joseph's, Boys High School and Commerce College, that is a crowd that always sticks together.
Yeah.
And you are somewhere within these people as well most times.
Yeah, but like the thing is, like I've been in the scene for so long,
Yeah.
like, you know, and I know most of Bangalore, like as in my niche,
Hmm.
I know most of that crowd. So, as you said, once you know one, you know everybody.
Everybody
you know?
comes
like,
into
so
play.
yeah, like Josephite, Germanites, and whatnot. Yeah.
Josephs are Germans.
I don't know. I mean,
No, but who would you choose?
I don't know. Like, what's the difference?
No, I'm just asking, who would you choose? Josephites or Germanites?
I don't know the difference between. What's
Okay, your friends are both. So
Yeah. What's the
well
difference?
played. No,
Yeah.
just trying to see if I can get something controversial. Not controversial, but just get a little bit of a banter.
Yeah.
You also mentioned about how your mum told you, listen, you know who you are, you're a Chinappa, you're Vachan Chinappa. But also your sister is also a Bharatanatyam dancer. So
Yeah.
music is from the family side too.
Yeah.
So
My mom was also a dancer.
dancer.
Yeah.
So is that one of the reasons mom said, listen, you can go do what you want, I'm there.
That's true. Well, like she put me to this Carnatic classical music when I was like growing up, and I was to hate her for that. Like, and during everyone's playing cricket, and I had to go across all of them. Hey guys, I can't. I have to go for Sangita class and like and say there Sare Gama. But I realized now and like my vocal training, I sing for the band, and now even now when I have to do harmonies, I can easily pick up the harmonies of songs. All that helped, and yeah, of course, my folks said like you do what you want. Like they tried their doctor, they saw like this guy has no brains for it. Doctor, engineer, chartered accountant, no. And music was like, and because everyone's into music, they said like, okay, go for it. Just to go, my mom used to go and tell everybody in Coog, my son plays at a cabaret. DJing, nobody knew what DJing was, right? So, my son plays. Oh, you play in a cabaret, son? Yes, auntie, I play in a cabaret.
There was also actually a cabaret on Residency Road stretch,
Yeah.
which is now like one of the happening bars of the city.
Oh yeah, which one?
Which one were you talking about?
No,
Back in the day, I'm saying back in the day.
I've never.
Apparently, there was a cabaret
In Residency Road.
Residency Road, and what I've heard is Chinlug used to be a cabaret back in the day.
Yeah, there are a lot of cabarets used to be like a lot of good music used to happen in the cabarets. You know, like all good bands. Cabaret music itself is amazing.
Right.
We think cabaret is like some Bollywood shit.
Downtrodden stuff, but
It's
yeah.
like a lot of very jazzy. Cabaret is very jazzy, and a lot of good bands used to play in all the cabarets those days in Bangalore. It was not like this dance bar these days. It used to be like proper.
There was a proper
live
class
musician.
back in the day, just like in the movies.
Yeah. It was live music played by good
Lovely.
musicians.
And there's one thing, like life comes a full circle for a lot of people. I think it's coming for you as well, where you were in a band and then got into DJing, and now you're coming back to getting into a band and playing.
Yeah.
I've not heard many stories like this, but when you hear one, it is definitely special.
Yeah.
So tell us about this.
I always wanted to play an instrument, and I didn't like. They used to say like you have to learn acoustic guitar to learn bass.
Right.
And I thought my fingers were too big, and I'm not able to like hold get a clean note, and the fingers were touching the other strings, and I was like, oh, I can't do it. And later on, I realized like you don't need to learn the acoustic guitar. You can just start learning the bass guitar, and then like
Guitar was having bigger fingers. I'm like, dude, I can't even hold it properly together.
yeah, like but yeah, I really wanted to learn an instrument, and I put my like time into it, and it's as I was talking to somebody, and it's a method of how you go about doing it, and they say after a certain age you can't learn and stuff. You can easily learn anything you want, but you just have to give that time,
That dedicated
time. It can be 5 minutes also is good enough. 5 minutes, not more than. I mean, people say like I don't want to go to this to 1 hour. No, if you don't feel like working out, go to the gym. Just get that habit of going to the gym. You might not work out. Go to the gym. Something you'll do and come back. That habit of going there. Like I would get up in the like take a nap and get up in the evening at 5 o'clock. I put my bass around my neck, even if I like playing or not. And I gave that 10-15 minutes time. And now it's just become a natural thing to me that I can practice longer,
Right.
and I enjoy it. I'd never let it be like, oh man, I have to practice today. It's like a bad thing. It's like don't give that kind of a
Right.
mood to it.
And what sort of a genre is this band going to be like?
We play a lot of grunge.
Okay.
Like the Alice in Chains, that feel, and during the 90s,
Yeah.
Pearl Jam, that period kind of lasted only that long. After Nirvana and everything, Alice in Chains, just like that music itself, the grunge sounds was no more. Like,
Right.
and everyone plays all this classic rock, normal classic rock, but we wanted to play that grunge sound, bring that sound back. As I
You're
said,
always bringing something that is
Yeah.
not in the order.
yeah, I want to bring some sound which is not there in my city. There's like offering for okay, you want that is there, you want that is there, you want that's there. So
What is not there?
Yeah, I want to pick that what's not there and try do that.
And you've been doing a fab job at it.
Thank
And to know that, yes, I'll probably say a Bangalore boy who's
Yeah.
well revered across the country as a DJ. It, like I said earlier, it swells every Bangalorean with pride, and I think that also comes with how we as people are in terms of our musical choices.
Yeah.
And that also comes because of DJs like you educate us with the music that you bring. So
you. I'm
thank you
glad.
for serving the city how you have.
Thank you.
I'm making it sound like as if you're just retiring from the army of sorts, but I can't.
No, I have a long way to go.
Yeah, I wish to be there when you perform and look forward to coming by.
Yes.
And if you ever make an own composition, wait, before that, have you ever made a
I have made a song, but that's why also another reason I wanted to be part of a band. I don't like making music by myself, and like whatever music I make is like, yeah, this is my music. I want to be part of a band where 5 people are saying, that part we could change, and like, have more influences.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I never wanted to make dance music. I want to make rock music with my band. So there's the influence of different minds coming and putting it together is what I really like.
I hope that happens because we
Yeah.
want to play your music on the radio.
For sure.
And one more thing I want to ask you was, you DJ,
Yeah.
Nikhil also DJs.
Yeah.
Who's the better DJ?
It's me, easy.
Yeah. I'm not causing any family feud though, but
No.
it's okay.
No.
He's a Josephite as well.
Yeah.
So
like all are good. He also has done a lot for the country
Yeah.
and music and stuff. That's our job, man. I mean, educate people, inspire people, or whatever you do.
And the
just-
Chinappas have done a fab one at it. Huh?
Thank you.
Thanks so much,
Yeah,
Vachan. I can't
cheers.
wait to have a chat with you again in terms
Cheers.
of the music that you'll bring out again. And for now, wishing you the best for your band, and please don't stop DJing. I know you'll keep
Of
doing
course
it.
not. Yeah.
And
I'll
hopefully
love
to see you at the Rock Night at Dolphins, or the what is the other thing you do?
We have a gig coming up on the November 16th at
Tap Room.
Yeah.
But what was the other night that you play at? You said on Mondays.
Dolphin, nowhere on Sundays.
Nowhere on Sundays.
Yeah.
So if you're watching and you want to catch Vachan play and run back in time,
Yeah.
Dolphins on Thursdays and Nowhere on Sundays.
Yeah.
But for now, we are getting out of here. So thank you so much, Vachan, once
Thank
again.
you.
And thanks for putting a scene with us again.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Thanks, Vachan.